Hey y'all, today Cam, today I'm going to be reading the first episode of Magmel of the Sea Blue episode 1, and I gotta say, this anime was actually pretty darn good, I gotta say. Now, don't get me wrong, it's got its weaknesses, but first let me start out with its positives. I like how already it starts out with an interesting premise where there's this island called Magmel where there's a lot of resources there. And a lot of the governments have gone there, but it's dangerous and people have died going there. And then you have a main character called Angler, who's pretty much, his job is to rescue people. And I like how already the premise sets itself up for multiple action set pieces. Since his job is to rescue people, that pretty much means that Angler is probably not going to have a single dull moments in his life. So this anime is going to be jam-packed with action. So, I already like the premise here, and I also like the emotional beats this episode gave off, because even though there's this character called Kirisuku, this boy that went through all this effort to go to Angler, give him money so that he can go rescue his brother, even though this character was only introduced for a bit, I thought he made an impression, because it was sad how he had hope for his brother, and he wanted to rescue him because his brother went to the Magmel Island to try to find the tears of Epona, so that they can cure the disease of the little boy, because he's going to die from it eventually. And then as the episode progresses, it gets kind of sad when it's revealed that those tears of Epona, while they increase your strength, that doesn't really cure sicknesses. And then when the little boy dies, that shit was so crazy, and I was like, whoa, this anime went into some really dark places instantly, because that boy was killed by his own older brother, and then when he tried to justify it, saying shit like, oh yeah, you're gonna die anyway, so, and I was like, yo, what? That shit was crazy, and that was a good way of making the fight scene in this episode emotionally invigorating, because it had impact when Angler killed that person. And it was sad too when he promised the boy that he was going to help the brother out, even though the boy was killed by his own brother. He still had some hope. It was just, I found it really interesting when he went all out, Angler, in killing that man, and then he even buried a grave for him, and then it was like, kind of gave like the episode a dark and somber tone and a dark ending. And I like how it showed off that this anime is willing to go into dark places and it's not gonna hold back punches, and that's what I really like about this episode. It made a really powerful impression on me for that reason. So I'd say from a story standpoint, it was good. From a character standpoint, we didn't get much aside from Angler being lazy unless it's something that has to do with the job. But I like how it shows that he has some mercy for kids, because he was willing to take a mission that didn't have much money in order to help out the little boy. It's just a shame that the boy died. So we get that kind of characterization. And he really, really hates it when there's things that include betrayal, like when the boy was killed by his own brother. So at least we get those snippets of characterization from there. And he's pretty badass too. So I'd say from a character standpoint, it did decent characterization for the main character. Now, on to the animation. Now, that's the weakness about this show so far. The animation, when it comes to the non-action set pieces, even some of the action set pieces, like when he was taking on these birds, it really didn't look that good, because it did a pan away shot. And it was just like, come on, anime studio. This is the first episode. You're supposed to show out. Now, the action sequences when he takes on the brother were good, but the action scene when he takes on the birds weren't good. And then the scenes when like there was a large crowd of people walking, it looked like it was robots walking with the CG. So there were plenty of weaknesses in the animation standpoint. It wasn't enough to make me hate the episode though, but if the quality in the second episode is worse than this, then that might really start affecting my enjoyment of the show. But for now though, I like what I'm seeing though. But the animation is a deterrent though, so it's actually below average, with the exception of a good fight scene, but that doesn't make up for the other bits of bad animation in this episode. So there is that. I thought art was okay. It was on model. As for the music, I thought it got the job done. Opening anything didn't really make a big impact on me, but they were passable. And I'd say overall, I thought this episode was above average. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. and I'll probably check out the second episode to see how it goes. So anyways, guys and gals, these are my thoughts on the episode. Come down your thoughts in the comment section below. Rate the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Subscribe for more, because I'm definitely pumped up for more. Alright, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.